Hey Geminis, welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your April 2020 reading. So, we are going to get right into your reading. We'll do all the announcements at the end. So, if you haven't, do make sure to subscribe. Do make sure to share if you enjoy the video. And I'm going to be announcing a giveaway that I'm doing, as well as discounted prices and how you can get an astrology natal chart, compatibility chart, and numerology chart for a discounted price from a really amazing company at the end. So stay tuned at the end for some announcements, and some also announcements for the channel as well. So we got a lot going on, and I'll talk about that at the end because I really just want to get right into this reading here. We're using the Hermetic Tarot, and I also really actually want to use the Living Wheel astrology cards here as well for you. I don't know why, but I was really called to use them. So while we shuffle these up, we're going to talk a little bit about the cards that already kind of came out here with the Hermetic Tarot for you guys and how you're really feeling right now. Let me get a little bit of water, and I suggest you guys stay hydrated in these crazy times as well. All right, so with the Emperor and the Eight of Cups reversed and the Eight of Swords, don't worry, let's look at them, and I'll get back to shuffling when we're done looking at these guys here. But it's a really interesting energy. I'm not surprised it's here at all. All the cards this month are really not surprising me for all the signs. Just because there's a lot of global frustration for everybody right now, wanting to move forward, especially in Aries season. That is the astrological new year. It's the time and the sign that is, the first out in the zodiac. It's the Fool in the tarot, the Emperor in the tarot as well. So there's a time for wanting to take authority in a lot of areas of life, take leadership, really show our power. And we're feeling really empowered by what we have to give, what we have to offer, and our talents right now, our successes. But with the Eight of Cups reversed and the Eight of Swords, we're really not seeing how we can possibly move forward from where we are right now. There's not really an ability to move on from the situation right now where we're feeling dissatisfied, where we're feeling frustrated. And I feel that instead of, not wanting to move forward with the Eight of Cups reversed can sometimes mean that, excuse me, the Eight of Swords kind of brings up this fact that you really don't know where you're going. You've kind of put yourself in this self-imposed prison. However, none of this really feels very self-imposed to me, honestly, at this time. I do think that, in some aspects you can take control and move forward in some areas of your life, yes, but on a global scale and with the economy, with work, with a lot of the situations right now that everybody is experiencing, there's not really much we can do in terms of moving forward. There's not really much we can do in terms of taking control other than, waiting and seeing what's going to happen next. Excuse me, guys. Don't worry, I don't have coronavirus. We just flew down here back to Florida when in the middle of the intense part of allergy season. I was not ready for that. So, and again, I feel the sense for you guys, you weren't ready for this. You're not ready for all this, and we're not really seeing how we're supposed to move forward, how we're supposed to take control in this situation, and yet everyone's kind of expecting us to. It's kind of like somebody put you in the driver's seat and said, go, and you're like, okay, but all the roads are blocked, and it's nighttime, and all the lights are broken on the car. What the hell do you expect me to do right now? I don't have a GPS either. What do you want? What do you want from me? So you might be kind of turned to in terms of leadership kinds of energy here. There's a lot of frustration. I'm going to be honest about that. And you guys need to watch, like Aries, like a lot of signs this month are going to need to watch how you communicate. With Mercury moving into Aries April 11th, it's going to bring up this more spontaneous, quick, provocative energy. There could be more fighting, more, intensity of feeling in how we communicate. Especially, again, if you're in quarantine or social distancing and you're kind of stuck with the same people for a long time, don't start to get frustrated and get all cabin fever on everybody here. I mean, it's typical for everybody to be going through this, yes, but you get a couple of interesting cards. I'm going to pull one more from the astrology, sorry, the Living Wheel astrology cards. I always want to call it backwards. Let's see. Interesting. Oof, okay. So, first card out here is Mars, assertion. There's a lot of assertive energy this month, and I think a lot of people are expecting you to assert your dominance, especially with the Emperor there. There's a lot of assertive energy behind you, and you, again, might be asserting your dominance quite clearly, being very assertive in your communication, being very provocative, very easy to jump to conclusions, to jump into fighting, to jump into defensive mode. So watch out for that. But I do think this is also a month where the more assertive you are about specific things, about where you want change and what you can control, you can bring about a lot of transformation and change here with Chiron. Healing, a lot of healing as well. Through being more assertive, you can heal your emotions, heal relationships, but you have to be assertive in terms of how you're feeling and where things have not moved forward, especially emotionally. I'm talking more about emotional relationships, friendships, love relationships, where you would like things to progress where they haven't. Excuse me. And then we also get the 4th house, which is about family. And I'm not surprised to see this kind of combination here at all, because again, with everybody kind of being stuck where they are, you could be with family and you could be starting to get more frustrated, and everybody's kind of picking at each other, and you should be more like this, or you should do this. And you might need to assert your dominance about your individuality this month, because again, I feel like there's going to be a great streak in the assertiveness and our individuality, our individual experience, what we want to bring to the world, and how we're going to experience that, how we're going to live our lives like the way we want to live them. Because this month we have April 7th, Mars in Aquarius squaring Uranus in Taurus, and that really only happens once a year, even though Uranus is in Taurus for 7 years now, or I think it's only on year 1 or 2. So it's going to bring up, again, this really defensive energy in terms of defending our individuality in a really fiery way, like, don't mess with me. This is who I am. This is what I'm going to bring to the table, and this is my life. You can't tell me, based on your experience, how to live my experience, is an energy that I'm picking up for you guys. So we could be really differentiating, from our family, or even kind of, again, being a little bit more expressive in that nitpicky way. So watch out for that. But there's major transformation and healing within that as well, by being more assertive about who you are and what you bring to the table, and it's okay to be different. And this is who I am. I'm not going to be the same as you, mom and dad. I'm not going to be the same as you, uncle, whatever. I'm my own person, and this is my life, my experience. This is the path that I choose, and I'm happy doing that. So let's see. Let's continue to see how this month plays out here. Yeah, this whole staying inside thing, this whole isolation thing, oh, I'm dropping the cards here, is extremely frustrating for you. And I feel like this came up even in March. Actually, it came up in the new moon in Aries reading. Go check that out if you haven't. It's timestamped. You can go check it out for you guys. You had a really important message in the middle of your reading too, so check it out. But the Hermit and the 10 of Wands, there's a lot of oppressive energy, really feeling bogged down, weighed down by this need to be alone. And you guys are a very social sign. You are known to want to go out and do things. You got a lot of friends. You got a lot cooking all the time. And to tell a Gemini to stay inside and they can't go and hang out with their friends, they can't go do all this stuff, they can't do all the many things that you guys do on a day-to-day basis on your list, all that other crap, getting out of the house, getting time, again, also to yourself, especially if you live with other people, it can be a lot. Like, you might even just be craving running out for errands. You might really just be like, God, I wish somebody would just ask me to go to the store right now. I will take my chance with coronavirus. Just get me out of here. But there's a lot of oppressive, frustrating energy that goes along with being stuck where you are and being in this hermit mode of, wow, now I have to just sit here. Now I just kind of have to sit and wait. Now I have to sit with my feelings and really think about things and really face some things. It's frustrating. But your theme of the month is actually the Empress. So yeah, it might be really frustrating, but the Empress and the Hermit are, supposed to, well, the Hermit's technically Virgo in the tarot, and the Empress for me is Taurus energy. So there's a lot of earthy energy to this, and we are moving into Taurus. The Sun in Taurus, I think it's the 20th of April, and we also have Venus in Taurus. Yeah, we have Venus in Taurus. Like I said, we have that wonderful square with Uranus and Taurus that's also happening this month. So this is bringing up a lot of transformational energy in terms of, you know, the home, the family, again, what you're building, what you're manifesting more, you know, your material life. And this, to me, with the Empress, is a very also slow moving sign. With the you know, both of these signs, again, like I was trying to say, Virgo and Taurus, they both take things at a slower pace. They come to conclusions at a slower pace. And we will have Mercury also moving into Taurus at the end of the month, where again, you're going to be concentrating more on your plans. You're going to be unlikely to make any really big decisions, really big changes. And you're going to be taking a lot of time to consciously establish conclusions and decisions. So take that time, even though it's frustrating, even though it's annoying, it's like you have to take a break, you have to take it slower, and you've got to look at things more pragmatically in a slower, more conscious effort. Very focused, I'm getting for you guys this month. So even if it's frustrating because you can't be flitting here, there, everywhere, air signs are going crazy about that. Yeah, I know. But you need to take it slower. It's time to kind of go into hermit mode. It's time to manifest on your own. And to let go of the oppressive energies and all the other burdens. I mean, now that you're not moving around so much, now that you're not doing so much, is it getting to be really apparent what you don't need to do all the time, the burdens that you don't need to carry for people, the responsibilities that you carry out for others that you don't really need to be doing anymore. You might be realizing that, you know, hey, a lot of people put a lot on my plate here all the time, and it's starting to weigh me down. And now that, you know, it's kind of taken back and taken away, maybe I'm not so quick to jump for that again. Maybe I'd actually rather be doing less. Yeah, it has a lot to do with the interactions with the Capricorn Cancer nodes there. Now that we're kind of switching more to the Cancer node, where it's going to be more about nurturing us and having our careers, our lives nurture us, and having us nurture them. And again, it's kind of just like a cyclical cycle of nurturing. You have to find ways for your life to nurture you, and for you to nurture yourself in it as well, and consciously pay attention to that. So there's a lot that we're learning in this hermit mode, even though it's not comfortable for us. It's not fun. It's not what we like to do, but it's a great time to consciously manifest, to consciously set goals, efforts, plans, plant your seeds. The Empress doesn't worry about timing. She knows that those crops will be ready to harvest when they're ready, and you can't harvest them a second sooner, okay? Really, really like your messages this month. Yeah. Take the time to heal relationships. Take the time to heal the way you communicate. Again, and also the burdens that you carry. Things can be done at a slower pace and they will still get you there. I mean, you know, everybody knows the story of the tortoise and the hare, so maybe you need to reread that. As I say that, Four of Swords, this is what's happening for you guys this month, by the way. That's what I'm focusing on now that I'm pulling out the cards, and it's rest. Take it easy. I know Animal Crossing just came out with a new game on the Switch, and I'm so jealous of everybody that has a Switch right now. Yeah, I'm real jealous. Because you guys can chill and play that. And all I have is Wild World and New Leaf on my Wii. So for all those of you who are enjoying new games and relaxing, watching the movies, the shows that you've wanted to catch up on, you know, it's time to do that and not feel bad about it, because what else can you do right now anyways? Yeah, the Sun. Through rest, you will also come to some realizations and happiness. You will also find more balance and enjoyment. So take the time to rest and don't fight it. Don't fight it. Geminis, I know you really want to fight it and be like, well, maybe I could do this and maybe I could do that. No, maybe you should just enjoy life. Enjoy time with your loved ones as best you can. Heal those relationships. Focus on working on problems that were unseen before, that now that you can take the energy and the necessary time out to focus on them, you can work through, especially with partners. Yeah, and a lot of people are getting this card, and I think it's, again, because it's the astrological new year. What goals, intentions do you want to set? What do you want to manifest this year, especially in terms of the wealth in your life, where your family is, where you live, how you look like physically, what you have around you, where you are. Do you want to travel? Do you want to live somewhere else? Do you want to start something new? Is there something more that you want to do that you can now plant the seeds to do so? You have the time. Don't rush on it again. Don't rush through anything this month. I know that's a weird thing to say in Aries energy, but it's not the time to rush. Not even a little bit. Nine of Wands, there's great strength and patience is the message I get here. You've been through a lot and you're expecting the worst, but you already have the Ten of Wands. So stop expecting anything worse than it was. And start taking your energy and direction in new places that make you happier, that are, again, more nurturing to you. Let life nurture you, let your career nurture you, and make the changes in your life in order to do so. Okay? Gotta really recognize also where the devil is in our unhealthy attachments, I think, especially to work, to going. When we're going, what are we not paying attention to? What are we addicted to? Who are we addicted to? Whose approval? What relationships, friendships seem to go round and round in circles without ever changing, shifting, being able to either say, you know, this can work or it can't. It's time to start tackling them and know that things, get the devil and the fool, interesting. You're going to be, again, you're going to get really frustrated with people this month. And I'm not surprised, you know, Mercury will be going into Aries. Like I said, it's going to bring more of this combative energy and people are going to sound like fools to you. Like, did you really just say that to me? Are you really going to call me that? Are you really going to say this about me? And you want to go there? Let's go. So watch out for that. They're not big things. Strife in relationships, fighting. Small things. Again, when you get the Five of Wands, it's annoying and there's fights and there's disagreements and there's irritations, but there's small fish. It's my small fish card. So don't play the fool in that situation, but also I don't think I could tell you not to pop off on somebody at this time. I'm not even going to go there. Eight of Wands, you'll say what you want to say when you want to say it. There's a lot of communication this month, despite things feeling really stuck. And again, with the Eight of Swords, Eight of Cups reversed, it's really nice to see this at the end of the month here. We get 3 8s in this reading. This 8 is taking you on towards different things. And again, what is this? This is Venus and Sagittarius is the Eight of Wands. And I do think, again, it just feels for so many of the signs as we move into Taurus season, April, May, things are going, you know, end of April is what I mean, and May. I do think that things are going to change. We're going to see life suddenly pick up. Things will shift. Life will not be the same as it was before the whole outbreak happened, but we will be able to take things in new directions. There'll be new opportunities. There will be movement, communication, travel, new opportunities, a lot more going on. Don't worry, by the end of the month, you'll be busy again. So take the necessary time to rest right now and open those new chapters to realize, you know, what changes you need to make and, you know, cultivate a little bit of patience and perseverance as you work through some deeper stuff while you have the time. All right, let's pull some oracles for you guys. And if you enjoyed that and you want to get a private reading, I'm taking 20% off of all of my readings for further notice. I'm not sure when I'll change that back. I think probably when this whole pandemic stuff has kind of started to get better. But I wanted to be able to offer you guys readings at a discounted price because I know that people are going through it rough right now. You might need guidance but might not have a lot of the funds. So check that out in the description box below. Check out my Teespring, and I'll mention the rest at the end here. Let's pull a card for you. Oof, yeah. Okay, interesting. But I'm not surprised when you get the Emperor in your card that we get masculine. Carrying your gift of consciousness from the heart of woman of Mother Earth, trek toward the summit of higher knowledge. Because of male and female imbalances, the earth is in danger of dying. Remember that the power of the masculine explodes as the power of the feminine implodes, and a sacred spiral of life is set into motion. One cannot live without the other. The masculine god is in search of the feminine goddess. He brings gifts of driving force to her powers of intuitive, creative receptivity. Both are equal warriors in the fight against ignorance. Balance your masculine and feminine energies through meditation and awareness of when you are carrying a male or female shield. This is your struggle in life and a great source of power for you. Feels like you guys are carrying the masculine shield right now, right? I don't think I need to explain that one. Let's pull a Halloween oracle and we'll call it a day. I am working with Truly Divine. And they're amazing, amazing. They do amazing astrological charts, compatibility ones. I will be doing a review video on it. But like, they are just so in depth. They don't just, you know, say like, this is how you are, like cafe astrology and stuff like that. They really go in depth, how you can change these aspects, how you can work with them, how, you know, these play into your compatibility, and how you can work together as a team to see eye to eye, to communicate better, to work through your issues. So it's really amazing. Their numerology chart was also incredible. So definitely check them out. You can get 30% off of your reading with the code Deku30. Again, that's all in the description box. And I am doing a contest, guys. Also, I'm doing a contest. So if you want to join in for that, all you have to do is share a video on my channel and post it on Instagram or, you know, Facebook, whatever, on social media. Take a screenshot and you'll be put in for a chance to win this really cool wire wrap bone ring. These are beads made of bone, which is really interesting. Does not fit me. I have super tiny fingers. I have like baby hands. And I also am going to be including a special spell sachet that I'm going to make specifically for you, and some stones, okay? So you can put in for that, or you can, you know, share a video and take the screenshot and email me anytime before April 13th, and then I will be choosing the winner, okay? All right. Now all the announcements are done. Let's finish this off with some advice for the month ahead. Yeah. Okay, I think you guys need to hear this message, all right? This is a really nice one. Quite positive as I knock over an entire deck. I'll fix it in a minute. All right, Jack-o'-lantern. Protection. Know that you are protected and that you are capable of creating the life that you want. Creating the life that you want, and that the universe supports you in this should Jack shine his light upon you. Boundaries are important to teach people how to treat us, and drawing this card indicates that you may wish to renew the ones you have or to establish new ones. What a sum up. What a sum up of the reading. I really hope that you guys stuck around for that card, because that was quite the sum up. I mean, how perfect was that? So if you guys enjoyed the reading and, you know, it resonated, you want to get a reading and that's a little bit deeper and more for you, again, all my information on booking for 20% off for the time being is all below in my description box. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to share, and if you do share it, definitely screenshot it and send it to me so you can put into the contest for all those wonderful goodies that I was just talking about. And have a wonderful and blessed month, guys. I'll see you. I think I'm going to actually move from dailies over to weeklies. I just been feeling this change happening for a while now, so keep an eye out for that as well. And keep an eye out for all the other interesting content and videos that I now, with this isolation, have time to do. Have a wonderful April, guys. Love you. Namaste.